Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is me, Jamie Scrafton, here again, presenting for NXTGEN tonight. We have something a little bit different for you tonight, and the reason that I've decided to broadcast this and commentate is we're going into the unknown. The NXTGEN guys doing a little bit of practice tonight for the next team versus team event at the Nordschleife 24-hour circuit. What's interesting about this team versus team is, as it was, it was split up last time at BB Raceway with a sprint and a sort of longer race. What will be happening at the Nordschleife 24 hours will be a little bit different. We're going to be having a 4-lap race in the heat of the sun, and also a 4-lap event under the night sky here at Nordschleife. And none of these guys, when I was talking to them, had really done much practice here in this game, let alone drive it here in race conditions. So they decided tonight just to run a few laps. So while they were doing that, I thought, why not broadcast it, see how these guys get on. So let's hop onto the spectator view. We've got Leo Frick in his NGR BMW. He's got his lights going. Look how cool this looks under the lights. So we've got a handful of guys in here at the minute. We have Leo Frick, as you can see on the screen. We also have NGR Scotty. Looking quite a simple scheme from when we can see it. In the pits we have Dark Sykes, of course, with a few sexy ladies there on the rear panel. There's my car, which we're not using. Notice the sexy Garfield on the rear bumper. Let me go back to Leo Frick. Not many guys actually out on the racetrack at this moment in time. That's a very nice paint scheme that Leo is running. It's got all the sponsors on. I mean, I thought the lighting looked nice in this game during the day, but just watching the lighting effects at night time, so I believe it's the BMW M4 GT4 or M3 GT4 that these guys have run, and we'll just check for confirmation. How do I do that again? I've gone to live timing, perhaps. Yeah, the M4 GT4 M4. I'm just going to quickly back out in case I end up in some sort of race thing here. Cake is now out on the racetrack. Let's hope he can put together a better show than he did at the Interlagos this past week. I don't know what's going on with the camera here, that's a bit strange. But he's rocking a very nice NGR paint scheme here at the Nordschleife. It is just these two out on the racetrack right now. Leo is deep amongst... That's not what I meant to do. Leo is deep amongst the Nordschleife's grasp now, whereas Cake is currently still on the Nurinburg circuit. So the beauty of this racetrack is you have a more simplified Nurinburg ring with the addition of the entire Nordschleife. Man, these cars look good. So I think as Leo's got the yellow light covers on, whereas Cake has just gone with the standard ones. I was just trying to work out why they looked so different on the cams. But look at that high beam coming at you down the straightaway. Look at the glowing brake pads on the front of Cake's tyres there. Those brake pads glowing with heat. and they look amazing in the night sky. The Dark Sykes is yet to come out onto the racetrack. I'd be very interested to see the rest of his paint scheme. It's got a very nice sort of orange rooftop section. Can we get a better look? Kind of, not really. It's quite bright in the pit road. Looks like Cake has gone off though on the entrance of the Nordschleife section of the circuit. Not quite sure what happened there. Let's tune in with Leo Frick. It looks like he currently may have a penalty for cutting a corner as the time there in red. If you mess up a lap here, you're pretty much stuffed. You have to bring it all the way around, or you would in real life, I suppose. Take the green and you. And the timing is a bit buggy here. It's saying that he's 99 minutes ahead of the best time, but that was happening to me earlier when I was doing a few laps. There are others scheduled to be joining us tonight for some laps. So this lobby should begin to fill up. As Mr. Saxo has just entered the lobby. I believe this is his home racetrack, if not Spa. Maybe they're within a sort of equal distance. Cake seems to have parked it there on the entrance to the Nordschleife section of the circuit. Not entirely sure what he's doing there. I suppose there's not that many cars on the track, so it's not really a massive issue if he is to do that. Leo there goes for a drift though, as oh, big damage. His car fades, and he's still running a 99-minute better lap time than he has previously, so you know, he's still in the good. This is what I think, guys, personally, after looking at the effects that these guys have done in the nighttime. We need nighttime everywhere. All the racetracks. Get them all nice and dark, because this Polyphony Digital have done such a good job with the lighting effects. There's no reason why they shouldn't get all of the tracks available at nighttime. I mean, Brands Hatch would be really cool at nighttime. Just I'd like to see a change, because there's all of these endurance races possibilities, and seeing, you know, the time change. I mean, that was my biggest thing for Project Cars 1. You could simulate a 24-hour race in 2.5 hours. You know, the sun would go down, it would rise again. You could have weather pop in and out. It was really cool. Mr. Saxo looks like he's on the racetrack in his BMW, running a very similar, if not the same, scheme to Leo. Let's just take a look, just a quick compare. Yeah, so Mr. Saxo and Leo running the same scheme. I can presume that this is the team scheme for the event. Cake might not have it readily available at this time. Just to run down the settings to you guys, I believe these guys are not running traction control, just like the race at Interlagos. However, I do believe ABS is allowed. As Mr. Saxo starts his outlap, it's going to be a long one, folks. I wouldn't imagine them to get an outlap under 10 minutes, or roughly about 9 minutes. Well, between the two, I'm not entirely sure. It looks like Cake has said that he's waiting for Mr. Saxo, who I have called Steve on many occasions by accident. during my commentating sessions, as I know Mr. Saxo, I nearly said Steve there again, as I know Mr. Saxo off the racetrack. So that is what Cake is doing. He's looking to wait for his teammate Mr. Saxo, who will be there in about 9 minutes, the way the Nordschleife works. Let's tune in back with Leo Frick, who's entered the Nurinburg section of the racetrack once more. He's currently the fastest lap time holder with a 9:23.5. He has his hazards on. Is that by design, or does he not realise he does? I mean, even the hazards look cool. Keep them on, Leo, if you're watching. Keep them on. But look at those brake pads. He's obviously been throwing it into the corners. Those brake pads are glowing. The only issue is, looking on the map indicator in the top right corner of the screen there, guys, it's actually quite hard to determine where the start-finish line is on there. I may have to take a look, because I mean, I don't know this circuit off by heart by any stretch. I mean, that section looks like there's a couple more corners before the start-finish line, but then I think you turn off and hit the Nordschleife section, so if I remember correctly, you turn left off here and then enter the Nordschleife. Yes, there he goes. Now Leo enters the Nordschleife section of the circuit. Let's catch up with Mr. Saxo and Cake, who are now running together. Let's get rid of all of this hood for you guys, just so you can experience it in full. As Dark Sykes hits the racetrack for the first time this evening. Let's try and get a better look at that paint scheme. Couple of South Park characters there on the rear bumper. The primary sponsor of his machine is First. Very nice shiny silver paint job going on there. Of course, with all of the Next Gen Racing branding. But just in order to sort of put into perspective for you guys a lap time here, Mr. Dark Sykes has not even left the Nurinburg ring section of the racetrack. However, his outlap is already at 1:30. He still has the entirety of the Nordschleife to fight through first. For example, let's check in with Mr. Saxo, whose outlap now is nearly 5.5. Well, it is 5.5 minutes, approaching 6 minutes. And there's still a long way to go. Mr. Saxo enters the carousel, runs it very nicely. Cake, on the other hand, gets a bit loose, shoots up the top of the carousel. But that is why these guys are here. They're running the practice. The Nordschleife is no easy feat. I've heard it described as the green hell to the surrounding forests. Mr. Saxo is bombing it through these corners and holding it very, very well. one could only assume he's on the super softs, as I don't believe tyre wear is on for this practice session, so why not? But it was Cake that was waiting for him. But Cake has fallen back, and if you remember at BB Raceway, Cake, one of the fastest drivers of the day, without a doubt. The commentary I did with Phil, as he goes off the racetrack, I mean, in my personal opinion, we're in Mr. Saxo territory. Mr. Saxo knows this track like the back of his hand. He knows the corners he can throw it in, and he knows the corners he can't. It wouldn't surprise me to see his name at the top of the board in the near future here. Now on with Leo Frick. He's approaching the carousel section. But let's ride on board with Mr. Saxo. Incredible stuff. Cake is asking why traction control is off, and he's recently been told by Leo that traction control, question mark. Use your pedal wisely. All the traction control means, well, if you know what you're doing and you can manage that throttle input, then you know you can scrape off a lot of time. Put traction control in the bin. Looks like NGR Scotty is back out on the racetrack running the same scheme that Cake appears to be. Maybe that's why he left, to change it out. So we have a couple of paint schemes running at the minute. Obviously, if you were not following Next Gen Racing, find us on Facebook, as Scotty has reminded me to say there with the sticker on the side of his car. And that is just Next Gen Racing. The logo will be very familiar to the ones on all of these cars. And there is our race winner from Interlagos in the GT3s. Philo is in the lobby. I believe this is a 7 versus 7 event. The 5 drivers currently in this lobby may or may not be taking part. They may just be here for the fun. I'm not sure if the final lineup has been settled. Maybe the fastest drivers will be put into the team versus team event. I don't know how this is working. I'm just commentating on what I see. As NGR Scotty blasts it through the entrance Nordschleife section of the racetrack. Very little use of the brakes. A little bit of air time as he goes off. Hard into the wall there for NGR Scotty. He's going to get it spun around though, and back on the racetrack. Let's tune back in with Mr. Saxo. It looks like we may be having a practice race. That would be interesting. I suppose you can practice individual lap times alone, but with the ability to just start a race here anytime, you're able to practice passing, blocking, avoiding, etc. Which would all be good for these drivers to learn. Not that they already don't know that, but what more can a little more practice help? Let's check in with Dark Sykes, who's now approaching the start-finish line. He sets an outlap of 9:38. This will be the beginning of his first hot lap. Looks like he may have had an accident though on that outlap. There's a bit of the paint on the left front fender has been rubbed away. Yeah, quite some heavy, significant contact there by the looks of it on the front left fender. We can only hope he doesn't get into any confrontation again. I mean, my personal experience of this racetrack has been, like a lot of people talk about getting wrecked or getting dumped. You know, really you don't need to worry about that here because the track does that for you. If you let your guard down for 1 minute, it will take you out. Do we have a couple of cars stopped there? Notice the map's that big. NGR Scotty being closely followed by Leo Fripp, who runs it in there a little bit hot, gets off the racing surface. Back to Mr. Saxo though, who doesn't have a lot of track left in reality. You remember a lot of that last third is a big straightaway. If I just go to the live timing, I believe this track gets split up into 5 sectors. Yes, it does. Oh no. 16 sectors, jeez. If we look at the track map, that'll give us a good indication of just how far these drivers are apart from each other. This circuit is over 12 miles in length. Just looking at the track map, what is happening with Philo? It looks like he's going the wrong way. Yes, TNR Philo is driving the circuit backwards. I don't know if he's watching the stream or he, you know, because his ears were burning there, but he seems to have stopped. Pulled off. Presumably because Cake, Dark Sykes, no, Cake and Mr. Saxo were coming. But I'm unsure what Philo was driving backwards for. Unless he wants to get like a large run to begin his lap or something. I don't know. But Mr. Saxo running in the purple. Not sure how accurate that is. So we will have to see. He comes out of the final corner to take the checkers on this lap time. And there we go, top of the charts, 8:41.9. Hey, Magni's pretty content with that. Let's just check our timing charts and compare. There you have it. Leo's best was a 9:23, so Mr. Saxo managed to shave off 40 seconds. 2/3 of a minute. He's going to pull over. He's happy. The King of Nordschleife has made his mark. You can hear the crowd going wild there in the background. Leo Frick says, Dark Sykes, you see. I'm not sure exactly what he's referring to. Dark Sykes, though, going to be unable to respond as he is out on the racetrack. They're asking Mr. Saxo how he set an 8:41. An alien time, perhaps, to our others. But to Mr. Saxo, it's probably quite a normal time to set around here. Dark Sykes now entering the carousel. Comes off clean and fast. But his time already hitting the 6-minute mark. I don't think he's even going to be able to scrape towards the 8:41 of Mr. Saxo. Let's check in with NGR Scotty now, who's currently on an outlap with a 7:30 going. Of course, Scotty went off the racing surface. Lost a lot of time on his hot lap. Decided, let's cancel this, take it back to the pits, run it again. Cake now in the first sort of section of the Nordschleife. Well, technically sector 2, about to hit sector 3 here. But the first sort of third of the Nordschleife. He has his hazards on. Now, we haven't done this before, but since it's only a practice session, guys, I mean, I don't even own this car. I'm on the gamepad. What have I got here? I've got a Viper, I've got a Corvette, I've got a TT Cup, an RCF G4 and a Cayman. I'm going to take my Viper out and let's see what it's like to drive with this and, you know, get the full feedback of the driver. Okay, this should be horrible. I'm a little bit concerned. Is tyre wear on? I don't believe it is for this practice session, Ruben, and I'm actually kind of hoping it's not, because I'm on the softs now. I'm not sure how long they will last out here. Bear in mind, I'm on the gamepad. A lot of these alien drivers are going through me off. There's Mr. Saxo. So just the whole element that we're running at night time is a little bit different. The whole track looks different. I think with the balance of power on, my thing's sounding a little more grippy than it normally would, which is cool. I like it. So we're just coming up to the end of the Nurinburg ring section of the racetrack, and then we're about to hit the green hill. At a normal venue I probably wouldn't do this, but I just want to put the perspective for you guys, just what this is like. A little bit into that wall there, just a little bit. Got my penalty wear off. Now we continue. I'm being beckoned in the race chat. I want to get this lap out of the way beforehand. There you have it, guys. That is my lap. I'm dead now. So that is usually what happens at these places. Mr. Saxo still off the racetrack. Not a surprise. He's got nothing to prove now. No one's even going to touch that time. Take a look at that, guys. 40-second advantage to Mr. Saxo. Thank you, Ruben. Oh, you'll go flat out. Awesome, man. You're pretty fast. I guess I'll stick to talking, you keep to driving. Yeah, this is a different TVT, Ruben. This is against, they're called the Gran Turismo Mature Club. Just like against the fun guys. One team had a choice, one make of car and track, and this is our pick this time. This is the NGR pick. So we're going to do a 4-lap race in daylight and a 4-lap race at night at this track. But these guys are running the BMWs, and as you can tell by Mr. Saxo's time, quite an astounding time. And no, I don't believe setups are allowed for this series, this team versus team. I think it's stock, so it's what comes out of the bag. I'll try and show you the settings here if I can. Race settings. So that's what we're running with. Those are the same settings that will occur during the race. So I don't believe that the guys are running setups, but I may be wrong. Alright guys, not a long stream tonight, but I just thought we should show you what's up and coming for Next Gen Racing and their team versus team events. So here was just a little insight as to what is coming up. I believe this is the 3rd of January that this event will take place. So obviously make sure you're available that night so that you may join in on the racing action. There's going to be a 4-lap race during the day and a 4-lap race under the night sky here at the Nordschleife Nurinburg Ring 24-hour track, which would be really cool. But thank you guys for tuning in. Take care, and I'll see you guys on the 3rd of January. Have a merry, happy new year from all of us here at Next Gen. Goodbye.